Hey, hello to all. Thank you for being here with us. This is Alejandro Bratti, and this program of Believe in Yourself, Believe in Your Business. We have Sonya Janisse as a guest today, as a friend. Thank you for being here with us today, Sonia. It's really awesome to be with you. So I know that this type of conversation is something that I really love, and when I connect with people like you, that it's really connected and very grounded. It's really nice. So Sonia, welcome to this. What I want to start, we always start with your life. Where are you coming from? What is your story behind? Before you started to really believe in yourself, what happened? So I am really curious about that.
That is actually a really good story. Like most people, I didn't get my fairy tale story that we were all promised. All these little girls, when we're little, we are read and we watch books that are all about a happily ever after. And so you're nodding your head like you completely get it. It's the stories that we read our kids, it's the life that we set up for expectations. And when I say I didn't get it, I mean, I've been married and divorced twice. I am very blessed right now to be in the most amazing relationship. We're really good for each other in many, many ways, and we challenge each other in some ways, just the right amount. But I wouldn't trade a thing at all in my life. I wouldn't trade a thing because it's brought me exactly where I am today. 100%. Those experiences that I've learned, I was young. I was 23 when I was first married, and I was born and raised in the country. Um, what happens in a small town Ontario country is completely different than what happens out in the rest of the world. I'm just saying. But those experiences brought me to where I am today. And so, yeah, there were trials and tribulations. I picked myself up twice with three young ladies. I raised three girls. You know, I wouldn't trade a thing. I still wouldn't trade a thing. Every opportunity has led me to the next. So my first husband still lives in Alberta, and we were together for almost 5 years. Things just didn't work out. I'm not. I know we're going live here, but there were some mental health concerns in that area as well, and things just weren't in everyone's best interest. So we moved on. The girls and I restarted. We re engaged into a new chapter of our life and started from scratch, 100%. Hey, Leanne, nice to see you again. Nice surprise. We started from scratch again, the girls and I did. And this was the beginning of my new story. The beginning. Um, then I married. Then I met, obviously, and 3 or 4 years later, maybe longer than that even, I married my second husband. And once again, I chose to do life for them, do life for others. My first husband, I moved to Alberta with him. My second husband, I moved to Aurelia with him. And, you fast forward again, almost 14 years, things didn't work out. We tried. I want to say mental health had a major impact in our relationship as well. He did help me raise the girls. And there were points and times where things were amazing. Um, but at the end of the day, not enough to make it stick. And that it was about over 12 years ago now where I realized that my reflection in the mirror was not smiling anymore.
Mm.
And I needed to do something to change that story. It was much longer than 12 years ago, but not that much longer. So I was somewhere between 12 and 15. I wasn't I wasn't me. I wasn't shining bright. I wasn't smiling. I wasn't living my life. I was on autopilot, going through each day, every single day, not enjoying anything. Going to a job I hated, coming home to a bad relationship where things weren't working. There was not even communication at this point, or very, very, very little communication. And the only thing I had going for me were three girls. And I know you have children, and sometimes one is enough, but you throw three at you, different stages and different ages. And when you're not going through a lot of positive things to begin with, it can be much sometimes. So our escape would be the beach. Our escapes would be little things that we could find to do, just the girls and I, and just take it all in. Probably the beach is still my place. Um, but it was that point in time where I decided while I was working that job that wasn't for me. It wasn't presented to me the way it actually was. In life, we go through life, and I'm gonna be as bold as to say this: most companies are looking for a perfect person, so they set up their job description for the type of person that they're looking for. Whether or not it's real is irrelevant. And then you've got the candidate who they know they're a great fit for that opportunity, but as soon as they start, it's nothing what the company really wanted because the company wasn't clear with the communication. You're nodding your head. You get it, right? So, when it comes to employees, employers, it's almost like they hire you for what you're good at, but they don't really want you to implement or use any of that. So they just want you to show up and go to work and do what you're told. Which it would have been fine if that would have been what would set up to begin with. And unfortunately, this is just another disappointment for so many people in today's world is that communication piece. Being clear as to what you need and being clear as what your partner needs or your employer and having that communication piece. So at that job I hated, I started to take myself for walks every day at lunch.
Okay, let me. Hello, Mahesh. I believe I am saying well your name from India. Thank you for connecting here with us. So, uh, I love your story and what you are saying, and I really agree and understand what you are saying a lot. So, when you were at that job, and I know that that happens. It's exactly what happens in even every relationship. Like when you at the beginning you start to eliminate yourself because you want to be happy, and it's like you are thinking like I don't have to. I have to accept everything, and that happens the same in one place and in the other place. Eh, but it's not like at the beginning you are nothing and suddenly you see like okay why I am nothing and you are feeling like that. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing from you.
Yeah.
So what do you think happened in the process from the beginning? Maybe you started to accept a lot of things, just saying that it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and suddenly you decided like oh now I am not myself anymore.
I'm just getting to that. So that's awesome. Um, that is an awesome point. So the days I started to go for a walk on my lunch, it quickly led to running from one mailbox to another. It gave me something to look forward to every single day, seeing what I could accomplish. And it was that falling in love with yourself in your mid 30s and realizing what you are capable of. And it has nothing to do with storybooks that people read you. It has nothing to do with your partner in your life or where you're at or what you're working. Those things defy you if you let them. They define you if you let them. Most most girls grow up and they want to be married or we have these ambitious goals to run a business or to run a company or to marry somebody that does. But now we're trying to do all things. Men and women, we are in an environment where we're trying to do all things, but we're still seeking that external validation. I found that validation within myself. That was the beginning of my journey where I realized I do deserve to look good and to feel good. I can make myself look good and feel good, and it's not up to anybody else to do this. And if this isn't working, I am going to be the one to fix it. I am not going to be a victim of my circumstance. I'm going to control the environment as much as I possibly can.
Hmm.
So everything started to shift for me that year when I lost 65 pounds. I'm going to say I released it because I don't want it back. I started running for the first time ever consistently and regularly, and I was getting medals for my age group, which was a 10-year span. That's pretty cool. Um, Leanne, yes, thanks, Leanne. She said that's been a part of her 10-year journey. And it's true. This is a journey, learning to love yourself. But honestly, it wasn't until I met Tony 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, where he's taught me to love myself, not through what he does or doesn't do. And that's just it. Most of us seek external validation. when you're in the right relationship where you can blossom as your own person, where you can march to the beat of your own drum, where you can just be who you are, you don't need that external validation. You just grow from within.
Mm.
And that light shines all the time when you're happy.
And I want to add something because this that you are talking is really nice, and I really love it. And for example, something that I believe we are being taught all the time, and even society, relationship, everything that happens around us, even school and university, is trying to teach you how to become somebody that does this. Like, okay, you are now an engineer that is doing this thing, and this is doing this thing, and it's like, so suddenly you are in this train that is trying to reach things all the time, and you forget about yourself, you forget about who you are, and suddenly that doesn't matter. You, the only thing that matters is all the things that you have accomplished. and
Yes.
and that's, I was part of that journey also, like trying to get like in this, okay, I feel that now the new thing is be have an MBA, and now it's a master in finance, and now it's, and you are like looking for things to reach and to become, but you are thinking that those things are you. And suddenly when I was presenting myself was, okay, Alejandro is this MBA guy, this engineer, this, and people, when I started to have some people asking me, okay, but who are you? You.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I don't know. I am those things because I already reached them and I have accomplished them. I have the certification here, And they were like, no, but who are you? And it's like, that's right. I don't know who I am. And that's a good thing. That's what I'm hearing from what you are saying now. It's like, instead of trying to find yourself in all the things around you, start to find yourself inside. Who are you inside? And from there, you can start to attract and become much better.
Well, and that's the thing. When you own your darkness, and I'm going to share a story from last week, but when you own your darkness, nobody can take that away from you. And it means you're
Mm,
going to shine your light a little bit brighter.
mm.
So last week was a bit of an adventurous week for me, and I really can't sing. I can't sing. Like, I'm awful, and I know I'm awful, and I know my friends listening to this are going to chime up saying, you can't be that bad. I am beyond awful. Okay. So I'm
Okay, let's try. I want to know now. I
okay.
feel that
Yes.
I have to listen that. I don't know if I'm going to have some problem, but
You gotta let me finish the story before you make me do anything. So there's a friend of mine. She's 78 years old, and what I love about Liz is she's recently become a hypnotist because she's still trying to figure out what she wants to do when she grows up. Did you hear how old I said she is?
no.
78.
Wow.
Okay. So she's in my weekly groups, and on Wednesday night she goes to sing karaoke at this local pub. So myself and another couple of friends, we went to join her and to support her. And they're like, Sonya, you gonna go sing? I'm like, no, no, I don't sing. I'm awful. I'm bad. I'm like, no, I'm doing you all a favor by not singing. And Alejandro, I actually went on stage and I sang twice, and
Wow.
nobody threw anything at me. I don't have any bricks. I don't have any bruises. Here's the thing. I did it anyways. And
Mm.
how many, and there was another adventure I did earlier that day. I actually went and gave blood on Wednesday as well, but earlier in the day I had an appointment to give blood. I don't like needles and I don't like blood, but in my head somebody needs blood more than I do, so it was my turn to give back. If it's all I can do, it's all I can do. But I did it anyway. I didn't even think of the fear or the lack of comfort. Even when I was singing with this mic, with my friends recording me, and my one girlfriend left me by myself to sing all by myself to finish the song or to walk off the stage being embarrassed. And I did it anyways. And based on what you just said, how often do we just do things anyways, despite the outcome? I knew this darkness about me. I don't mean darkness like this is a dark cloud. I mean I just suck.
Okay, but tell me, help, because this story is good and really can help anybody that is going through some issues. So tell me, what were you feeling before going to stage?
Nervous, nervous.
What else?
Um, my body tensed up.
Okay.
Um, my heart raced.
What else?
I was telling myself my mantra over and over again. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. And I'm just going to do it. It's not going to be as bad as I think it is.
What else? That's good. That is really good.
Okay, and there was a prayer. There was a prayer to God and the angels. There was a prayer saying, please help me make it through this moment. Yep.
So I want to put the focus here, because this is great. That happens to everyone, and really sometimes we are thinking that okay, this guy that is going there, it's even myself being here and being live here. Like 6 months ago, I never was even thinking ever that I was going to be doing live events or live talking or anything in social media, really ever. And I am here. So, but you always have this terror barrier that it's before anything that you are supposed to be doing, because of any reason. You wanted to do it, but at the same time you were nervous. You were sweating. You were repeating a mantra. You were praying. You were feeling like even your stomach was going to become a butterfly, or I don't know what. So that's always before that thing that we know that can change us. What happened in the middle?
Courage. When you're doing it anyways, courage. Um, Belief. It's like that
Okay, let me
filter.
ask you, after 5 seconds that you started to sing.
It's belief. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. Like the reality has come true. Like, yeah, belief is the only way I can think of describing that. It's like I had the courage to stand here with the mic and to open my mouth and to start. So the first thing that comes to mind is belief. I believed in myself enough to show up and to do it anyway.
And what else? What feeling you started to?
Excitement, but fear and excitement display the exact same way, right? So I was excited at this point, and I was still nervous, but I took a deep breath and I did it anyway.
Okay, and before you were finishing, or maybe when you finished, what happened?
Well, I can actually, I'm just reliving the feelings.
Yeah,
I was like,
I feel that.
yeah, I am literally all of this I am reliving as we're chatting. So what I felt, first of all, when my friend walked off stage and I was by myself and I noticed, I'm like, okay, I've got two choices. I can continue or I can leave, but there's no choice but to continue and to finish what I've started. So again, within seconds, there was positive self-talk that happened. There was those butterflies floating around. I wasn't as in the groove as I had gotten to be a couple times within, where I was kind of toe tapping and letting the music go. But afterwards, there was a major sign of relief that I did it, and confidence, and I did it. I did it. I'm just trying to think of the word. Almost like a high. I don't know if anybody runs, but it's almost like a runner's high for half a second afterwards, before the fear comes in of the judgment. It was more like the runner's high that you can only give yourself. And that's the only way I can explain it. If I wasn't a runner, I wouldn't even know what other words to use. But it's a sense of relief in
Mm.
that you can accomplish hard things. Yeah. And that it didn't hurt. And it wasn't as bad as you think. Yeah.
And okay, now tell me about that part. Like, you are off the stage, and how you started to feel. What was the thinking that you started to get? how bad was it? Because you were thinking that okay, this is going to be terrible. People are going to scream. They're going to think that this person has to get out of there. I don't know how, but please turn off the mic. I don't know all the things that you were thinking before and what happened after. Like okay, I am here.
Yeah, you know what? It's like, again, it was a major sigh. I really relaxed into it, and it was like I was still beaming, kind of like this, just beaming ear to ear, proud of myself.
Mm,
And it's very similar to finishing a race. It's very similar to handing in a report that's due or doing a presentation that you're nervous. It's like, I'm done. I did it. And it's that inner pride. Nobody needed to be there. I mean, it's great that they were there because I wasn't really alone, but that in essence made it harder because I have to show up and see these people again. But as a coach, the fact that I can walk the walk and do hard things, it's just one more thing I can say I did it anyway. And I did it. And
mm,
it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. I mean, maybe I'll do it again. I'll just pick an easier song.
mm.
And I
You know
did do
what?
it again. I did do it
Yeah.
again. I did it twice.
Now I want to tell you, that happened last week. Happened the same with me last Friday. I really hate doing that type of thing. Like, okay, why would you want to be doing a song and trying to sing if you're not a singer or you're not trying to do that? And last Friday I was with my kids and my nephews and my sister, and we were in a place in a TV station, like doing some recording there. And suddenly the guys from the TV station start to ask, okay, we need, because we are going to do a test here, we need to have somebody that can be the champion, and there is going to be another two-person that is going to be the challengers. And I decided that I am going to be the champion, and I am going to be singing as the champion, and the other two challengers are going to be singing just to challenge me as the champion. And I was like, okay, when I said yes to this, like, so, and I relate to your story very well because of that. I did it, and I was with my two kids, like they were like listening to everything that I was doing, and they were like, oh. My dad is doing this. What is happening here? This is great. And even when I finish, of course, I know that I didn't broke any camera or anything.
Well, and that's the
I
thing.
was thinking that could happen, but nothing happened. And they were like, at the end, they still told, okay, one of the challengers and me were the winners of the process, and it was a tie. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Even that they were thinking about that. But for me, it was it's exactly what you are saying. Suddenly, you can become you are doing some things that are out of your comfort zone. And yesterday, a friend was telling me, "Okay, don't tell yourself that you need to go out of your comfort zone, but try to extend the comfort zone that you have right now. Maybe that is not part, but you are extending it to that part." And suddenly you are not feeling that is so bad because you are not getting out of your comfort zone, because suddenly that is very difficult for our brains and ourselves to really swallow.
And that's
But
true, right? And that's where people tend to stay stuck. They stay stuck in jobs that they don't like. They stay stuck in relationships that they don't like. They stay stuck in life that they don't like, their life that they've created, that they can design their way because they stay stuck. They're not willing to step outside their comfort zone at all, no matter what it is, whether it's needles to giving blood, whether it is, thank you, Robert, that is so kind of you. Robert has known me for a very long time. Gosh, I don't even know how long. And thank you. Um,
yeah, thank you for connecting, Robert.
so he's actually my publisher. He helped me with my books.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah. Um, that comfort zone conversation is huge for a mom, a dad, an employee, employer, coach, client. I don't care who you are. That comfort zone conversation is huge. We're not meant to sit by in life and watch life go through us at all. We were talking earlier about the structure of, from the beginning, the fairy tale books too, and Alejandro, you said this yourself, where you use different words, but we were raised in a society where we're raised by mom and dad, we go to school, we go to school, we go to school, we get an education, we go to work, we go to work, we go to work, we retire, and then we die.
Yeah.
Maybe those years between retirement and when we die is when we get to do something that we've been dreaming of our whole lives. Maybe,
Mm.
if we're lucky. I'm here to help change the culture of humanity. I'm here to help people keep the promises they make to themselves, taking their lives from unbearable to unstoppable. You can have a job, you can have kids, you can have your own business, you can have it all, but you can't have it all if you're going to stay in your own comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know that we are almost in the last minutes of our little program, and amazing program, because I really love this this conversation today with you, Sonia. Quick, I have two things to say. One is I am doing a lead generation program to help people like you and all these people, entrepreneurs, uh, to understand, because I have found something that happens a lot with people that has a dream that they are starting to follow. Because we're talking here, start to follow the dream that you really want and become yourself. That's the first thing. And there is some people that is already doing that, but they don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to really start to get known. And I feel that there is a lot of Sonias out there that are really the best kept secret. So that's what I will be doing. I'm going to put the link here. It's a 5 day generation challenge. 5 days is from uh, Monday to Friday, a 1 hour call to help you to understand how to improve the to be known. It's the best thing that I can say. So that's one thing. The other one that I would like to say is I want to ask you, Sonia, how people can connect with you, how they can know more about you, because this is about both what we are doing and how we are helping people uh, connect with us.
Absolutely. Do you have my link that you can
Yes,
put up?
I am going to put
Okay.
it now.
Okay. So my link tree is the best way of taking a look at the services that I have to offer. I am doing a 4-day workshop right now. It's called Essentially You. Day 2 is today, so it's not too late to register to hop on. The link is on my link tree. It's under May Specials. And there are free assessments in there that you can do. I do set up a discovery call, but consider me, as an author, a podcaster, a public speaker, and your weight loss life coach. I help you release the unwanted weight of debt, stress, and pounds so you can step into your dream life. Because that's what this is all about. We're here for a short period of time, a very short period of time in life. And it's up to you to make those memories, to curate your life that you want, creating your life by design. So go ahead and take a look at my link tree. Let me know what questions you have. Be pleased to set up a 15-minute discovery call. There is a book with me link in there as well.
So, and really, what I like about Sonia is that it's not only like, okay, take this pill and you are going to become this amazing person. And that is not the type of person of Sonia really here. She wants to really help you to understand what are the things. Sometimes we are like even taking those pills and nothing is happening, and you don't understand why nothing is happening. And it's not because the pills are not working. I am not saying that I am a person that really loves to have that, but sometimes it's really the stress and the things and the mentality that you have behind that is really stopping you to release all the weight and all the things that you are having in your life. So even the pressure, the mindset, everything is going behind, and it's stopping you to become the right person.
Well, and I know we need to get off here for a second, but I was going to say on that note, a lot of it is the stress that you put on yourself.
Exactly.
We talked at the very beginning, just to circle back, about communication and how much of a different world it would be if there was a lot more communication with our set of expectations. But bring that into yourself. Where are you setting the bar for yourself? Are you staying within that comfort zone that has served you most of your life, or so you think? Or is it time to test those boundaries and sing karaoke in front of a bunch of people?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it, and really, I love the even the title for today. Keep your promises to yourself. It's what are you promising to yourself that you are going to do? Every year we start like, okay, I'm going to lose these pounds. I am going to do this. I am going to do this, and suddenly you are in the middle of the year. We are almost in the middle of the year in June, and it's like, okay, I haven't done half of the thing that I have telling. It's like, okay, you still have half of the year to keep your promises. What are those things? And if you are not keeping them and you don't know what is happening, you can even contact us and we can help you. You don't need to do it alone.
And that's so true. Like, we can have a conversation with you to find out where you want to be versus where you're at right now. And I have a quick share about promises to myself. Do we have time for like 2 minutes? Not even a minute?
A minute, it's okay.
A minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
I'll go quick. And by the way, my skin on leather chair, it's that warm. I just like stuck to it. I went. So, okay. One of my goals this year was to explore more. That's all I said, was explore more. So that leaves things pretty open, right? We're not even 6 months into the year, and I have traveled through 7 different states in the United States and 2 Canadian provinces. I would say I have explored more already.
Hmm.
So when you have those goals, you don't have to be super specific. I am very stoked with the fact that I explored more and did a cross country trip with my daughter stateside to get to Edmonton, Alberta. And then 2 weekends ago, we went to New Jersey for our son. So I explored more. I did. I kept that promise to myself, and I'm still open to see what it could look like.
Hmm.
We can help you do just that.
Yes. So connect with us if you want to have this. Connect with Sonia in the link that I already shared with you, or the lead generation. If you already are following your dreams, but you are like, okay, I don't really know how to get known, and it's happening. I am trying everything and nothing is working. Okay, connect with us in this challenge. It's going to be 1 week to really push you further. So thank you all. Thank you, Sonia. This was amazing. Thank you for your wisdom and your stories, and really to being even bold by telling us your story about
Or
this
my
real
story
thing
about
that
life.
happened.
I
Exactly.
started
That's
off telling you about things that didn't work out in my life, right? 2 divorces,
exactly.
3 kids, but I wouldn't change a thing. Um,
And
and
singing.
and singing, but we want those stories to tell, because when we tell stories, we inspire others. But without those stories to tell, we're not inspiring anybody to do anything. So if we're not living our lives, we need other people around us to help
Yeah.
lift us up so we can live our life. Okay, we got to go because I can
So
talk all day.
yeah, thank you, Sonia. Thank you all.